What is going on, you guys, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Corked 5 podcast. It's me, your host, J.R. Hobbs, and you may have noticed that a bit of a different scenery, and I have some exciting news. We actually have our first live guest on the podcast, which I'm very excited about. But first, just give you a bit of background. It is currently Sunday night, been out riding all day, and this video is getting posted tomorrow, so I have a lot of editing to do, and it's probably going to be a late night, but as I said, I want to get these episodes to you every Monday at 7 a.m. And if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Eric Brown. Well, if you're gonna clean, use a clean thing. If you're gonna do a bit on cleaning.
Oh, are you filming?
Oh, yeah.
Can I clean later?
Yeah, that's fine. And close the door.
Just trying to make some extra money. It's Christmas. And
if we weren't on a crunch line,
really nice
we'd redo a bit. Eric, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me in your home. Appreciate it.
Eric Brown, he might look familiar because he's in fact the co-host and
First guest.
So
that's exciting.
Very, very exciting. But Eric, why are you in Florida?
My in-laws live just a couple blocks from here, and which is awesome because I get to come down here for holidays or short stints and get some riding in with you, hang out with my buddy, and so it worked out nice.
I'm ecstatic. Just to give you some clarification, today we did a lot of riding. Did a bit of a mini road trip, so I guess we filmed 2 videos that will be out later this week. We hit some dirt jumps, and then we hit a skate park down in Cape Coral. Had a blast at both of them, but there was a lot of stuff that happened behind the scenes that was a little weird. But to start things off, Eric was riding my Frankenstein bike. Basically my street bike that I never use, which I've been saying I'm going to use, but I don't use.
Super street.
Brakeless beasts. How was that?
The first session we had was over at the St. Pete Skatepark, your local, and it had the free coaster on it
right
at the beginning. So that was weird for me because I'm used to straight cable brakes. So going brakeless, going from a cassette to a free coaster is difficult. And then just your street bike's so much twitchier than mine. My bike's kind of like a half street, half dirt kind of setup.
It's an FBM.
It's an FBM with like an all Odyssey, like huge front end, like 32 forks and high bars and like a big long FBM stem, and to go to a super short profile stem and like all that stuff. So that was tough for me, but I actually had a really good time and I got comfortable on the bike there at St. Pete. And then to ride it today, I felt pretty good on it.
Yeah, we did switch over to a cassette because I don't know why. I already had a tire on the Z coaster.
Yeah.
So that's why I threw it on.
Oh yeah,
but
it was still fun to mess around on the free coaster. But I think it was just difficult. And then I'm really used to certain pedals.
Right.
Pedals. You know how it is when you get used to a bike and you feel at home and comfortable on it. To hop on another bike, it's just weird.
Yeah.
So, but it felt good by the end of the day today.
Yeah. Finally,
Yeah. Like the last trick I did today, I was like, yeah, this is my bike, so.
Cool.
So thanks for letting me ride that. Appreciate that.
No worries.
Even though I dog on it a little bit.
Yes, it's worth it. There's a giant dent in the forks. It's super twitchy. I mean, it's a 20.75 Colony Sweet Tooth frame.
Used to that.
Okay.
I'm used to 20 3/4. Like that's what my FBM is.
Yeah.
But I think for me it was the front end.
That was a 48 mil profile push stem, so that's really responsive.
That's really short. And those forks, they didn't feel like 32s. Like those were 28s maybe or something.
I have no idea. Well, I don't know anything about geometry.
They don't feel like 32s to me. So
yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just that front end switching. Everything else was pretty good. The pedals, I might bring my own pedals next time.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned that you were thinking of just getting a complete bike and leaving it down here.
Yeah, it's just with the in-laws and you being here, I just have so many reasons to come here.
Right.
In February, I'm actually spending an incredible amount of time here.
We're counting the minutes.
So I'm a summer camp director by trade, and there's a bunch of summer camping conferences happening here in the Orlando area. So I'll be here almost all of February for conferences and vacation and for Swamp Fest. So I was thinking now be a good time to buy maybe like a really nice complete, because completes have come so far, especially since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And getting a complete and just hanging it up at the in-laws house, keeping it here, putting the same pedals and grips at least that I have, making sure the geometry is as similar to my bike as possible, especially the front end, and then just hanging up, leaving a helmet here and leaving that bike here. And that way I don't have to worry about packing my bike or borrowing your bike. Or if you need to dish out your parts to somebody else or whatever, you don't have to worry about it. So, yeah, that might be the way to go.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to get. Probably like a Call or a Sunday, or, $500 range bike that's good enough for a session or two down here. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know the last time I got a complete bike. No, yeah, I do. I got a Fit Flow when I first started, but other than that, I've just been replacing parts. So if you guys have any suggestions on a complete bike that's good, obviously we want sealed bottom brackets, sealed everything, chromoly everything.
Chromoly everything, sealed everything.
Like fully kitted out, but still at like a decent like
it doesn't have
price
that,
range.
It doesn't have to be like a Sunday Soundwave or whatever.
Yeah.
Like all Odyssey, everything. Like just something that's all sealed, all chromoly.
Yeah.
Love to hear you guys' suggestions. I'm a trail rider, street rider.
You are today.
For the most part, but I can, I love parks, don't get me wrong, but like my style's more those two things. So a bike that can handle that stuff would be awesome.
Sweet. Well, I know where you can get one.
Yeah.
Time to shine BMX.com.
Do they have completes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, do they?
Full everything.
Yeah.
They have completes. I think they even have e-bikes now. They have scooters,
Nice. Oh,
everything.
cool.
All you need.
I'll check out their completes, like see what's up. I know a guy, maybe he can give me a deal, I don't know.
I'll see what I can do.
It's like he's the co-host and the first guest of my
I know.
podcast.
Like, what are you guys doing? But, yeah, then so on that St. Pete session, I think that was the latest I've ever ridden St. Pete. We rode there until probably 10:50 right before the lights went off. We didn't film.
Yeah.
We just wanted to hang out, just have some goofs and gaffs,
chill.
and
We did some jibs.
yeah. And it was also like this time of year in Florida, at night it's getting so humid, it's thick in the air.
It's miserable.
Like when we were getting thirsty, you would just go like that, and it just you'd hydrated.
Yeah,
But-
it was really miserable. My favorite part of that session towards the end was when it was just you and I there. Which that's never happened.
Ever.
I lived in St. Pete for almost 9 months.
Yeah.
I never rode that skate park alone ever. And so that was great.
Yeah.
Having that whole place to ourselves.
Yeah, we were doing manual lines all over the place, and
Yeah.
it was just it was uncharted territory.
Yeah, we had the whole place to ourselves. It was great. Yeah.
But then, wait, what? There was towards the end of the session.
Yeah.
I look over, so I'm over here kind of in the bowl area where I usually am, and then I look over to the street section where I usually am not, and Eric's sitting there, and he has a new friend. And out of the darkness, I guess this lady just walked up.
Yeah, I call her girl. She was probably early 20s.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
She was young. And I smelled her almost before I saw her. I mean, this poor thing. Yeah, like she was definitely Skid Row. You know, like she needs some help. So just to see if there was something I could help her with, that's not the typical rigmarole that they give you. You know, like the stories that these kind of folks give you all the time, sob story to try to get some money out of you. I was like, I'll see if I can help her out. Like maybe someone's trying to hit her.
Yeah.
Or like whatever. Just to get the vibe, and then I can always like shoo her away. So that's essentially what I did. Just got her story, heard her bullshit sob story about like I got a job and they're trying to help me out. My mom won't pick me up, like this and that. The whole thing.
Yeah, it was.
And so once I realized she was giving me a line and she wasn't in any kind of trouble, I just kind of said, "We don't have a car. We don't have any money. Like get out of here." But yeah, she smelled real bad.
Oof.
And she could have been fake pregnant. You know, sometimes they wear those like baby bump things to try to get sympathy or whatever. And I've seen that before. So I don't know if she was fake pregnant or real pregnant or what, but
yeah,
she was kind of trying to use that for a sympathetic angle as well. But if she is pregnant, I hope she gets some help.
Yeah.
At least for that kid.
Well, when we started riding away, because I mean we've heard these crazy stories of, because I wanted to get her an Uber, but now with Uber you obviously have to have your phone and stuff, because I would have just easily just like, here, I call you an Uber and stuff, so that wasn't in the question. So at that point I was like 10 minutes until lights are off, she's already walking around, who else knows. But when we were going towards my car, the other way towards the sidewalk, she actually did run into her friend and stuff, and they did go up to the car and stuff, and it looked like he was looking for her or something like that. So hopefully she did get some help, but that was, it was just as soon as it, like, lights were about to go off, I was like, I need to get out of here.
Yeah, if you know somebody that is pregnant and is in dire straits, like, just tell them to go to women's and children, because they'll help you out. Like, yeah, that sucks, man. So, but yeah, that poor thing smelled. If she didn't seem so shady, you know, I'd be like, let's get you a shower.
Yeah,
let's get you a shower and fresh clothes from Walmart or something, and just like.
But yeah, it felt like a trick.
It did feel like a trick. Like, I felt like she was gonna get in her car,
pull out a giant machete,
and then say, you know, give us the car.
But
that's city life. That's why I don't like the city.
Dude, it's barely city. It's town.
City shit.
St. Pete is town.
That's city.
It's town.
If there's more than 2 stoplights, that's a city.
I don't know about that. All right. So, I mean, that was what? That was Wednesday, Friday night.
It's Friday night.
That was Friday night, then Saturday, and then today's obviously Sunday.
Today's the big day.
The plan was, we definitely knew we didn't want to ride St. Pete again. We wanted to go somewhere sort of new that Eric hasn't been. So, originally, I really wanted to go up to Tallahassee because I've been dying to ride the new park. But to do 4 hours up and back just to ride one park was a little.
And I got one of my best homies is up there in Tallahassee. Shout out to Terry. I know you watch this stuff. Would have loved to see you, but that's just 8 hours driving.
If we can get a full weekend, I'd be down 100%.
We'll do it sometime.
Yeah, because I mean, there's Good Street, there's the old park, and then there's the new park.
We could stay with Terry. He's got a guest room.
Oh, sweet.
He already told me.
Dialed. So. Terry, I love you already.
Yeah, he's the man.
So then I started thinking, okay, maybe we go to the East Coast, ride like Port Orange and a couple other places, but again, kind of.
Only oranges come into that port? Is that why it's called that?
I've never hated you more in my entire life. But then
those oranges stacked up.
So then I was like, oh, I was gonna go ride trails a few weeks back, and then those plans got canceled. Still haven't touched those. I've been wanting to ride them. Perfect, trail dog, and we can go to Cape Coral Skatepark. So that's what we did. So we drove down to. I picked him up at what? 8 a.m.?
About 8 or just after 8, yeah.
Told me to meet him at the 7-Eleven gas station because he was going to pick up some supplies, some water, some snacks and stuff like that. I was like, all right, cool.
I wanted Gatorade because we're going to sweat like dogs.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to get stiff and, you know, just, that would suck. So,
yeah. So I was like, all right, perfect. I'll meet you there and then we'll go. I went to the wrong gas station, apparently across the street.
So I said 7-Eleven and you went to the Shell.
It's the same.
The funny thing is, you even said, I love 7-Eleven. And I was like, great. If he loves 7-Eleven, there's no way you're still.
I didn't picture that one. I pictured the Shell station. I was kind of still asleep, and I had to go boom, boom, and so I picked the closest one.
No, I feel it. Yeah.
So somehow he saw like my shoe or something out of the corner of his eye.
I saw Vans. I was chilling on the corner. I'd already bought the Gatorades and the water and like the energy drinks and stuff, you know, like the essentials for the day. Yeah. And like corner of my eye, I saw Vans. That's how like attuned my eye is to like Vans or like BMX stuff or whatever. Right. You know? And it was like Vans. And then I was like, that's got to be JR. There's just no way.
Well, yeah, because I didn't see him inside, and I was like, this sumbitch is already late. And so went in, went out, and then he was standing there, and he had all this stuff, and I was like, oh, yeah, I didn't see you inside. How'd you get all that stuff, Houdini?
I really guess your car was locked, because I really wanted to sit in the back seat and wait for you to get it. I would
have cried.
I wouldn't have scared you. I would have said something nice. I mean, it would have been scary, I know, but like, I wouldn't have been like, give me your money, bitch.
Or say, oh my god, it's so good to see you. I'd still piss my pants. So we did that. Drove. I think it's about 45 minutes to the trail spot, and you have to park in this parking lot because there isn't good parking because it's kind of tucked away in the woods in like a residential area. These trails have been here. I think they said like 20 years.
Super awesome hidden spot.
Yeah.
Because it's right in the middle of like a town. But there's no way you would know it was there.
Yeah. Like even the entrance, my first time that I did go there, like I went there and then had to leave. I wasn't sure because you have to like climb down a cliff, cross a creek, and then climb up, and you can faintly see a path.
If anybody from Ohio is watching, crick.
It's creek.
Crick.
Crike. So anyway,
It's cool. It's really cool setup.
Yeah, it's sick. So first off, huge shout out to Ryan Torrance. I know you're not watching this.
Ryan, I don't know you, but shout out.
One day you will meet Ryan. He is a sweet person. But these trails, if you guys don't know, Hurricane Ian came through a few months ago, and I mean they were dilapidated, falling apart. And a bit of background, these trails, no clay. It's some concoction that Ryan has made out of sand and quickcrete and seashells. And they were, I mean, during the hurricane, underwater. And after the hurricane, he sent me pictures and stuff, and they were just like falling apart. Lips were gone. We go there, and they looked perfect.
They looked really, really good.
The only thing was they were untarped. Someone had gone there and didn't tarp them up.
And tarp them back up.
Yeah.
It was really shocking for me growing up in the Northeast, the Great Lakes area, and being riding trails forever. I never thought about trails in Florida at all.
Yeah.
When you told me there's trails, I'm like, what? Like, they must have got clay brought in. And then we get there, and it's actually kind of darker sand mixed with the concrete or whatever. But there was, like Jared said, straight up seashells in the dirt. I never thought I'd see that. Total culture shock. Like, I literally took pictures of it, sent them to all my trail homies back at home. I was like, these motherfuckers got seashells.
Dude, I know. It looks like you went to like a dang tourist shop, you know.
It's very impressive, Ryan, and anybody else who digs out there.
Brad Campo and Ryan are the ones who have put in
it's
so much money and time into it.
Machines.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like all hand.
Oh, it is.
Very impressive. And to maintain them on sandy soil, regardless if you got concrete mixed in or not, like, it's really impressive. And then JR told me that the hurricane did some damage and you guys brought it back. So it's awesome. So
yeah.
Total props to those guys. That's amazing.
And so we were going to ride the actual jumps, but they were they were pretty soggy and we didn't want to rut them up and stuff. But they had this big old trip jump, probably 5.5 foot. You'll see it in the video, which will be dropping later this week. But it's, first off, the roll in is straight from the Goonies. I mean, that thing was probably 15 foot tall.
It's a monster.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's a monster.
And I mean,
it took me a long time to get up to the top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're old.
Because I'm old. Yeah.
But no, it's
There's
like
no handicap railings on that. That's dangerous. All right, Ryan. So get it together.
But it's up against a palm tree. Probably, I'd say at least 15 foot in the air.
Yeah, it's 15 feet.
And then it's just probably 3 feet wide.
It's not very wide.
Yeah.
And the stairs are right on the side of it. You know, obviously, so you're gonna roll in the middle.
Yeah.
And since I was like, the first time I was climbing up, I was like, the most dangerous thing I want to do today is climbing up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With your bike, you're like pushing your bike up.
Makes it fucking cool.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like fun.
Yeah.
It's just a little dangerous.
And then you look at the back and it's just like it was sturdy. Like the thing didn't shake, the thing didn't move, but it just looked like a death trap. And then you get to the top of it.
Yeah, it didn't really budge.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and there was a skinny palm tree it was against. Yeah. But then you get to the top and it's just, again, like, I don't know, 2.5, 3 feet wide.
This table by
easily.
Yeah,
and
it
like
probably is the table.
Barely a bike length. Yeah, no, actually, yeah, this table.
It was a bike length that maybe like this much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you drop in that already cooking, going into sand dirt, and then you have to go over this roller. Eric did the first drop in, and to test it out, and why did we send the guy with no brakes to test out?
I was feeling some kind of way. I think, like I said earlier, like going from like no helmet, no brakes, no pads,
yeah,
none of that stuff. I was just like, if I don't have any of this stuff, like I'm just gonna go. I don't know. I was just feeling kind of dumb, kind of badass at the same time. I was like, I'm just gonna do it. And like you were off pooping.
Oh, that's right.
You were off in the woods like poop number 2, and I'm like, I'm bored. I'm just sitting here. I'm like, I'm just gonna go. So I dropped in. He's off pooping in poop number 2, which is a whole other thing. But like, I was like, in my mind, any roller before a big jump like that, like, you gotta roll it hard, pump it good. And so like I'm like going over it, and I go to pump my front tire, and it just washed out.
Yeah.
I mean, I hit the softest spot ever. It was like hot butter, and I just went, and it didn't go good.
The thing is, also with this, like,
So sorry, Ryan, that I messed up that roller.
we fixed it. We did fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We patched it up. But it's like, oh, okay, you washed out on a roller, but you're also going into like basically an early grave because the goes underground, and then
it's dug out.
the kicker, the 5-foot kicker, is barely poking out of the ground, and then it's like a 4-foot tall dirt step up.
Yeah.
So if he went over to the side or anything like that, you would have gone straight into the wall.
That was the scariest part.
Yeah.
After the roll in, the scariest part is if you wash out on the roller, getting eaten up by the walls because you are underground, kind of. Like,
Yeah.
That was pretty spooky, but it turned out all right. It's fine.
Yeah, so all this happened. Like, I wanted to film his first roll-in and stuff. I didn't film it because as soon as we got there, my tummy started grumbling, son. Like, I was just like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, and we were far from any gas stations or anything. It was, again, in the residential neighborhood. I didn't want to go over that creek again.
Yeah.
And so I was like,
Thanks for saying it. Right?
yeah, you're welcome. I'm adapting and learning.
It's a northeast side.
So I was just like, brother, I got to go into these woods. I got to drop trowel. And I did, and just fired one out. And I was good for the rest of the day. It was just like,
What'd you wipe with?
I'm on level with you.
Yeah.
There was small leaves everywhere.
Oh my god. It's
Very small leaves. The only thing I found, because I was in panic mode, because I realized, because it was just like the poo brain took over and I just had to go.
human nature, man. You gotta do it.
So if you've ever seen like a big kind of palm tree, you know those like things that come out of the side where the old palm fronds were?
Yeah.
There's one of those on the ground, like the hardwood.
Scrape it.
I scraped the butt cheeks, just went out and through it.
Yeah.
And that was good. And it was clean.
But you said it was pretty clean poo to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a missile.
That's nice.
So
Yeah.
that's that. Missed that.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad it wasn't like some wet stuff. Because that sucks when you're outside, you got nothing to wipe with, and it's like, you know.
tough swamp ass to another level.
Damp, you know? Yeah, that sucks, man.
But
That reminds me that I was one of the swamp fests I was at. We were way out by all that like construction equipment and stuff,
Right.
where all that concrete stuff was, and there was a really small pipe, like a full pipe, I guess, but it was small, too small to ride, and it had like a perfect little hole in the top of it.
beautiful.
That was my poo spot
Oh,
for the whole weekend.
not the porta potties?
Not the porta potties.
No, the porta potties are bad.
So I was out in fresh air. I could poop out underneath the stars. And I'd sit there and I'd put my ass on the little hole there, and it was nice, and my legs, going over the full
It's like
right
a little
there.
kick.
Felt nice.
Kind of like with your little
I'd
feet.
stare at the stars, and I wouldn't even get my phone out or nothing. I'd just stare at the stars and
Peaceful.
take a nice peaceful poop while these people were shooting fireworks at each other and shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
It was great.
Until people decided to ride that full pipe, and it was just a pile
I'm
of.
glad you had like ghost poo for out in the woods though.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so while you're pooing, I'm doing the first rolling. I'm
Yeah.
washing out on the roller.
I feel great. Come out of the woods.
And we took it from there, really.
Yeah, and then we rode for a bit. I mean, it was my first time riding. I mean, it does count as a dirt
It
jump.
was a dirt lander.
Yeah.
And it's at trails. So I'm going to make a ruling on this now and say that it was a dirt jump.
Year to year.
Yeah.
It was real. It wasn't like a.
Is it dirt?
It was pretty steep too.
It's a dirt roller.
Uh-huh.
It's a dirt setup. You're out of trails.
Yeah.
The lips wooden, sure.
Yeah.
But the downside was pretty steep. And it was dirt. So in every imaginable way, that's a dirt jump.
So if you saw someone do that in an edit,
Yeah.
like trick that,
Yeah.
would that count?
Oh, 100%.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
it's it's not even a question.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, it took us a bit to get used to it. We did a couple stunts on it.
Yeah.
I surprised myself and did a beefy turn down over it. That was my first real life turn down.
No, you've had real turndowns. It was just your
But it wasn't
best.
fly out.
It was your best. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was your best turn down, and it was on a real setup.
Yeah, it was my biggest and best.
Definitely
So
approved. Yeah.
sweet. And then later on, Eric is like, I'm going to surprise you with something. Love to hear it. Love to hear that all the time.
Yeah.
And you did a couple X-ups, some nice tables, and
Let's do normal trail.
Yeah.
Old guys stuff. You know, I don't really have like a deep trick bag, so.
And then all of a sudden he comes cooking down, jumps the roller now because we don't want to wash out anymore. So we had to like race through this, and then it's a pretty quick takeoff. Yeah. And then he just starts spinning off the lip and lets go of the bike. And I've never seen this man spin more than 2 feet in the air in my entire life.
Yeah, I think the most 3 I've ever done was like the A-frame wedge to wedge
at St. Pete. I mean, that's
3, and that was about it.
Yeah, like I've never seen him 3 fly out or out of transition or anything like that. So it was all in slow motion. First, my bike going back into the hole, and then Eric landing on the other side, and I just lost it.
As soon as I left the lip on that first 3 try, I just knew it felt wrong. But like as I left, I knew that I was going to make it if I ejected.
Yeah.
And it just didn't feel right, and I would have got folded.
Yeah.
Like, I just know it. So it was better for me to just eject.
Yeah, it was, I mean, he just walked away.
Yeah. I usually don't eject on dirt jumps.
Yeah.
Because you end up getting more hurt. Mm-hmm. You know, it's better to just ride it out. But in that particular case, it was better.
Yeah, I think that was the one where it was probably going to, like, your back wheel was probably going to clip on the takeoff, and then you were going to start doing that side spin, so it was a good call.
Yeah.
So then I'm freaking out. On the verge of poo number 4. And then he's like, I gotta get this. And I was like, all right, perfect. I'm gonna get into a better spot. And I think you slip pedal or something. So then that one didn't count. But then like coming down the roller because our shoes are dirty and the pedals that he had barely had any pins. So
yeah.
No so then
and how I was doing like pedal grinds and stuff like all night at St. Pete, like 2 days.
That's your fault then.
Yeah. Well, no.
It's yours. But then so then he goes back up and cooks it. And I mean, this thing was just angel singing, perfect 360, nice and nosed in. It was...
Yeah. Big.
I loved it.
Yeah, that was one of those things where it was like your focus determines your reality. And like I was just like I don't ride that often. I'm on the wrong side of 35. I hadn't threed a dub on a long time, and so I just told myself like I want this. I think JR is going to get stoked on it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I just had lots of reasons to do it. And so I told myself like I was focusing on riding over that stump at the end because there was like a stump that you roll over to go. And I told myself, like, I know I can fucking 3 it. Like, I got no doubt. Like, I just believe in myself and focus on, like, that victory ride over the stump. And then second try.
It worked.
So I was really stoked.
I wish I had that same luck.
Are you talking about your front flip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So going into, when I first saw this trick jump, I knew I wanted to front flip it so bad.
It's a good step up.
It's a good step up. I haven't
liked your front flip step ups. Is that why you?
I've never front flipped a step up.
Oh,
I thought
maybe you liked it.
No. I've only front flipped one real wooden box years ago.
Okay.
And and most of the real front flips I've done have been out of like racetracks or out of banks, or like fakie front flip, or on Brian Lacomb's airbag. I mean, that was the last one out of a kicker that I've done, and I've been consistent with those. So I was like, I know this snap, and the lip is pretty similar. The only thing was the landing was now a step up and not as far as of a gap.
Sure.
So I took a couple run-ups, snapped the first one, bailed out, and I already was overshooting it, like almost landing flat. So that was scary, and I knew that was probably going to be a problem because it is so short. And then went to do it again and didn't get the right snap. Like I felt it, but I feel like I was holding back on the throttle because again, it's any front flip that I've done, I've had like a big run up where I'm like leaned all the way back getting ready and stuff, but this I'm like going down this roller, kind of getting squirrely, and then like leaning back, leaning forward. So I feel like if I had a bit more time and it was a little bit longer, it would have come around better.
As much as I'm grateful and love that place, that roller is sketch.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're doing it right, like that to have the right setup and it's already going into it, like, you better hit that roller perfect.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of room for it.
And then it's also the other thing, like, earlier I did like a tail whip over it.
Yeah.
And you don't...
Those look great.
You don't have time to like, because the second one I did, first one was beautiful. Second one, I squirreled, but I was still committed to the tail whips, but I didn't register like, oh, just safety jump it and call it. So I still went for it and luckily cleared it. But it's very quick. It's like over the roller, down in the dirt, and then you're up and over. So I don't think I had the proper setup time. I think if I rode that jump a bit more, I could get it. Also do like a couple more front flips on Brian's bag. But stoked I sent it, at least.
Yeah, super stoked.
So you'll see me destroy my butt. Even sitting here right now, I'm in pain. I'm wiping away tears right now because my tail.
One of these donuts?
Oh, we do have donuts. Today's sponsor is Donut Kings.
Donut Kings?
In St. Pete, Florida. These donuts make you go nuts. We got a bacon one, got this one, and got that one, and we got that one.
Yeah. Do you want to set on one for your butthole? I mean, for your tailbone.
I mean, this one looks like it right now. But, no.
Is that what your butthole looks like or not?
Yeah, there's a little bit of bacon.
It's like a flap?
Yeah.
Yeah, you blow out one of your flaps.
Oh, that's good bacon.
Yeah, is it good?
So that was the last thing. Then we tarped everything up, kind of cleaned up some of the trash. One thing, guys, I'm clearly not a trail dog. I ride a skate park, go to the skate park, ride the skate park, leave the skate park.
Yeah.
But the whole, I don't know who was there before, but they left it in a not terrible state, but everything was untarped and there was cans and stuff. So if you do have any local trails and stuff,
take good care of them.
Take good care of them, respect them, and all that kind of stuff. Because I mean, there's so much time. I mean, I know they dumped a ton of money into the backs, like the wooden backs, like all that wood was brand new, sandbags and stuff. So the least you can do is cover them up. So the
concrete mixed in also.
Yeah, the irrigation, like, it's crazy. But so we were covering things up, and we were each doing like a different lip, and then I hear this guy just scream and look over. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
And then I just see him just flipping off his shoes, and he's like, "Fuck! I hate Florida. Fuck this. This sucks. Fuck. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this guy?" And he's just like swatting his legs like this, and
goddamn fire ants.
Covered in fire ants. And then I looked under one of the tarps, and it was just like covered in red dots crawling over the place. And then I picked up his shoes and started swatting them off, and I mean, his shoes were covered already.
I picked up this tarp, and I went to shake it out, so I knew like where to grab it, so I could fold it up over the lip.
Yeah.
And it was like a glob. I mean, it looked like a baseball of red ants.
Dude.
Just went like right onto my leg.
Yeah.
And then part of it fell onto my shoe, and then the other one started going up. Mm-hmm. And so I got kind of like high socks, so they're like up in my socks, in my shoes, on top of my shoes, on my leg, going up my shorts. And I hate it.
Dude,
I hate Florida bugs so
your
much.
gray shoes were like red.
Yeah.
Like covered, and I was just swatting them off.
Bites all over my legs now.
Yeah.
Goddamn fire ants, dude.
Dude, I was I wish I took a picture of it at least, because dude, it was a kingdom of fire ants that were there.
So pissed. That really sucked. And then there was a couple other tarps that were like maybe we could put on to be nice.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I'm done. I'm checked out.
Yeah.
It was like the last main tarp. I did cover it.
Nobody goes unpunished is the
right.
story here.
I did find another tarp and covered that lip, but just didn't use the fire ant one.
Good for you. I'm not doing that.
So then after that we left. Went through the creek again.
Yeah.
Went over the creek.
Yeah.
And then we did our bike ride back to the car, and then we were starving because we got there. What time? We got there like 9.
We got there at 9. We were there till 11:30.
Yeah. So solid session. So we were starving.
Yeah.
I wanted Wawa. I love Wawa. Wawa, if you sponsor this channel, please, for the love of God.
Full disclosure, I didn't really know what Wawa was.
This man didn't know what Wawa was.
I've been to one before, but I purely got gas there. I didn't know it was like an experience.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you eat there too, you also get gas. But so I was like, we gotta get some Wawa as soon as I knew.
Sorry.
So I was like, we gotta get some Wawa. So I got my Italian sub as usual, and then you got some chicken fingers that smelled fire.
Yeah, the chicken tenders are actually really good. When I first saw them in the packaging, I was like, these look exactly like the shitty chicken tenders like at school.
Yeah.
and I was mad.
You're a big man.
And then I took a bite, and I was like, these are really
Brother.
good. And they actually had this like extra bit on the end that was like straight up breading. It was like it went past the meat.
Yeah.
It was almost like a little tail
Huh.
of just crunch. And I never had a chicken tender like that. I don't know if it was on purpose. I don't know if it was an accident. I don't know if they got a new guy working back there and he's just like, he's dipping too long or something. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I'm glad it happened.
But thankful.
It was very good.
We always treated you well, son.
I'm a big fan of that.
So
they had that and some chips and stuff. And that was a nice little lunch after.
got our lunch.
Yeah.
It was delicious. You do need to get a hoagie from there because the bread is so good. The bread's so good.
Okay. Well, I'll be here all February, so maybe I'll have time to go to Wawa.
The bread's so good.
Yeah, Wawa's up north, so that's not something I can just...
Well, Wawa's from, like, Pennsylvania.
Well, we don't have them in Ohio. Yeah. Not that I know of.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
The bread's so good. It's not crunchy. It's soft, and the bread's good.
Okay.
So then we finish up Wawa.
Yeah. We just talked about Wawa for like 10 minutes.
I could do a whole podcast on Wawa. I only get one thing from there.
Yeah.
But I'll talk about it.
Italian stuff.
The Italian stuff. Oh, also they have by the cash register, they have the little heat box.
Yeah.
They got the best mozzarella sticks in there.
Oh. Nice.
Good.
Nice.
So we get in the car.
Yeah.
Drive to Cape Coral. That's about an hour in probably 50 minutes.
I thought I saw a gator on the side of the road.
He didn't. It was a bag.
A cart in the water.
Well, Eric was like, this place is a shithole. And I was like, dude, there was a hurricane. And because, I mean, like,
I'm sorry.
Cape Coral got nailed
Yeah.
by Ian. And I mean, at the, like, one side of the road, he's like looking at all the trash. And on the other side of the road, there's these massive pine trees that are just parallel to the ground.
Yeah. Just snapped.
And he's like, look at all this trash everywhere.
There's garbage everywhere, but I never once thought, oh, it's garbage from a bunch of wind and stuff.
Yeah.
You know? Like I just thought it was people throwing their trash all over the place.
But then we found the real trash. We drove past the dump, and dude,
oh my god, dude, that smelled so bad.
if I could film smell, I'd put on. Yeah, it was bad. Like we were sitting there, like
if a carton of milk had gone bad,
right.
But somehow was like a little living creature, and that creature that is a carton of bad milk had diarrhea.
Yeah.
That's what that smells like to me. It smells like a little milk creature diarrhea shitting all over.
Let me, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
The little milk carton guy.
Yeah. The person.
He eats nothing but old deviled eggs.
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
And then that's what would be produced. So, Tara, we were like sitting in the car like this. I had a Monster, you had your Gatorade, and we were just like...
It was like from space.
Dude, we were getting ready to like put on plague doctor's masks.
It was bad, dude. And then we had to pass it again at the end of the day. It was just...
And it hits you.
I did not have a Gatorade to smell.
It hits you like a brick wall.
That was nasty.
So we... Yeah, also across the street, there's those fucking cows.
And these poor cows.
Those poor cows sitting there.
Yeah. And all I can think is the cows is like, usually we're the ones that smell bad.
Yeah. Hopefully that's just been their entire life and they don't know any better.
Yeah, maybe. But it's still,
it's
a hard reality.
That's a hard life.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if that affects their...
The meat?
Cheese.
Oh.
I think they're dairy cows.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's like, people are like, is this cheese?
Yeah.
The expiration date says it's not expired for...
There's got to be some runoff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. Mm-hmm.
I got to check where my milk's bottled.
That's nasty. Well, not from there.
Not from there.
Yeah, avoid that. Don't buy local.
No, not doing that.
Yeah.
No.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Glad that's over.
Yeah, thank God. That was the worst part of the day, I think. No, shit in the woods, then that.
Shit in the woods is a good story, though.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Then we get to Cape Coral. We're in Cape Coral. We get to the skate park in Cape Coral.
Yeah.
And this place, it's probably the best prefab park that I've been to in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Not that I've seen a lot, but I agree with that.
Yeah, well, I mean, what's Ross Norton? That's prefab.
Yeah.
No lines.
It's got some stuff, but
yeah.
yeah.
But it's not set up well.
Yeah.
But It's the metal sheeting, but something. It's like the tan. You'll see in the video, but
It's super grippy.
it's super grippy.
I love it.
Yeah, like it was getting humid towards the end of the session, and we did not slide once.
Always gripping. Always ripping.
Yeah, and then we.
Never slipping. Put that on a t-shirt.
I thought you were gonna keep it going.
Oh no, that's it. I think we do 4. It's too much.
It's too much. Yeah.
Always gripping. Always ripping.
Never slipping.
Never slipping.
So I think I've been there twice.
You're always flipping.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done.
Okay. Just like, dude, you just made me lose my train of thought, man. But the past 2 times I've been there, crazy packed with scooter kids, so that was just the roll of the dice that I was willing to take.
When we first got there, it was the ghost town.
Empty.
Yeah.
Empty.
Yeah.
And on Sunday at 2 o'clock.
When it's nice out.
When it's really nice out.
Yeah.
So that was a pleasant surprise. And then shortly after that, this dude, Brandon and Will, showed up.
Great kids.
Yeah, I think they're like 16, 17. They're both locals. Brandon's been in the videos before he rode the airbag with Brian and I. Will was in, he was actually in a Cape Coral video a while back. And
Nice.
dudes are absolute shredders.
Love those kids.
Brandon has such a good street style, solid tricks, able to link them together.
Yeah.
Looks smooth, like he's not like pressing a button and just doing stuff. Like he's able to pivot out and like it looks good.
Yeah.
And Will just has his own unique thing going on, which I fucking love.
He's really unique.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he definitely has like a normal like trick bag.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does some really unique stuff, some cool foot plane stuff, and some really cool fakey.
Yeah.
Stuff.
I've never seen it before. I've seen him do it at like a jam and stuff, but he goes like fakey, has his free coaster, and he just like throws the bars and spins, able to catch them and turn around.
It's the only pull-up bar in the world that I ever.
Well, it's not even pulled up.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's like kind of a pull-up bar because it's not hopping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, I have mad respect for it because it just looks good.
It looks
going backwards.
Like he would do 180 out of the bowl, spin the bars, and then do like a nice nosed in half cab back into the bowl.
And he did, to any old heads watching, he did a fakie foot plane or foot plane to fake straight up, which is just a classic late 90s like trick, like made famous by one of my first favorite riders named Dave Young. And when he did it, I was like, that's Dave Young. Like even like the way his foot looked, like it took me back.
Like it looked like when he was taking off, like he was mid Grizz Air.
That's pretty much what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's able to, he just somehow is off of this straight leg, is able to just pop up, catch pedals in the air on everything.
Yeah. And he looks good when he looks good when he come back in from it. He turns around with style, rolls out with style. Like
it was rad.
Those kids are so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. They like reaffirmed my faith in BMX.
Yeah.
You know, I found out Brandon, 16.
Yeah.
And so much style, so nice, so funny, like really fun shit talk, and but also really encouraging.
Yeah, and also, but he's
like, dude, your table looked really good.
Yeah.
Your thing, like whatever, and like.
Yeah, they were just hype. So I mean, solid dudes to be around. They also.
I'd ride with them every day, and I'd have zero problems.
And they want to learn stuff. So also in the video, Brandon did his first because I heard through the grapevine that he wanted to do double peg up rail to bar, and there's perfect rail, and he's been itching to do it. He hadn't done it. That was his first one.
Oh.
So he knocked that out today, and when he finally threw it, it was sick.
Dope.
And it was clean too, like caught in the air, on grips, no crossbar, and then I think he even 180'd off the side of it.
Yeah, he kind of like caught. You know, he caught, but whenever he landed, he was a little like.
Yeah.
But instead of stressing out about it, he just took the trajectory he was kind of already at.
Yeah. Didn't do like the hop with his wheel. He just
like
kept it going. Yeah.
Yeah. Those kids are great.
Yeah. I definitely look forward to riding with them again.
Yeah. If you guys are watching and you come up to Cleveland or Rider Days, like please hit me up.
Yeah, because Will's from Ohio area.
Brandon said he was born in Ohio.
Okay.
And then they traveled up there together and did some race sessions or whatever. So
Yeah.
They said they rode a really horrible park over in Illyria.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible.
Terrible.
It's awful.
Simply terrible.
It's not even worth. If it was next door, it wouldn't be worth to go.
Really?
Yeah, it's terrible. Awful. I'd rather ride a curb.
Damn.
Yeah.
So then, one thing I did tell Eric before we went to this park was the 6 foot quarter.
It's gorgeous. Chef's. I mean,
Beautiful.
I wanted to take it home.
Like you got speed going up of it. Like you could go slow at it, but then you were cooking.
It's one of those magical quarters.
Mm-hmm.
They just we had an understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that quarters was a blast, and then they have like a bowl with like a 4 foot spine to a 4 foot quarter. That was fun to jib around on.
I'm really jealous of that quarter. I would love for that to be at my local.
It's just a booter
because if you were a local there and you got comfortable with it, you would be
soaring. Yeah. I mean, you were already going 2.5, 3 foot easily folding tables.
Yeah, and I mean, I would love for that quarter to be in my local.
Yeah.
Ray's, Paul Rad, get the
dimensions.
Get the dimensions right there. You just put it in Ray's.
Because it wasn't stupid steep. It wasn't really mellow where you had to pull it, but it felt like you could learn tricks on it easily without dying.
Yeah, but it was tall.
Yeah.
It was big.
And the coping didn't stick out like crazy. Solid.
It was part of it. It was one of the best quarters I've ever ridden.
It was incredible. I miss it already. Speaking of which, towards the end of the video, we're gassed. I'm absolutely cooked, and I was just being a silly guy, a little silly goose. And
is this your prank?
This was my prank. When we were at
pranks on you.
Yeah. Pranks on you because I got it done. But we were talking at St. Pete about like this trend of people doing like manuals into quarters, but it not counting because they like touch wheel and then do the trick.
Yeah, in my opinion, that doesn't count because if your front tire touched in any other scenario, it doesn't count.
Right?
Why is the quarter any different? Like your tire should never touch the quarter.
Yeah.
And then you trick it.
Exactly.
And now it counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I knew it going into this, and I was like, Eric, film this real quick. This is going to be the coolest line. This is going to be the banger. And so I do a manual down, hit the quarter, deliberately put tire on, and then did a bar spin.
But I'm looking at the viewfinder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to me...
And then I
see what's happening.
I just hear frickin' frack, Brandon and Will on the other side going, your tire touched, like calling me out. Yeah, I mean, it did, and I was like, damn, Eric didn't even like see it. So then they were like, well, I think you could actually do it. And God,
I believed it too.
I didn't.
Yeah.
But we probably spent 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, but it wasn't that many tries.
It wasn't a lot of tries. 20.
20?
I think it was close to 20. Yeah.
I bet it felt like 50.
Yeah. Because I mean, so then I was like, now the goal is like no front tire touching. I want a manual up to the quarter to like a peak of the manual. Yeah. Like not at the flat bottom, obviously not all the way at the top, but like a decent height. Yeah. Throw a bar and turn around, and
it's nice.
It ended up working at the end. Like in the last one, I was like, I'm calling it whatever. It ended up working, felt great, but I mean, dude, like the difference between just like manualing, and one reason why now I fully believe it doesn't count is the manual to like front wheel touch up the coping to bar, easy. That was first try. Yeah. This was like looping out. It had to be so precise, and I was hyped to get that.
That was so cool. Yeah, that is how those tricks should be. Mm-hmm. Yeah, your front tire should never touch, and now it counts.
Yeah, I want to do some more stuff out of it.
If you think about it, like the reason I have that theory too is like some people will do a trick out of a quarter and then land in a manual,
right?
And keep going, right?
Yeah.
So if you did the trick,
landed and then pulled up
front tire and then pulled up right at the bottom,
then
you wouldn't count that.
No,
you would just, you know what I'm saying. So like it shouldn't be.
And it's also the same like
now you've essentially improved.
Yeah, like it's a huge skill gap, massive.
Yeah,
like frustratingly massive. Yeah. And then
that's like Danny Hickerson shit. Like seriously.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, he's like old like tech god.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They used to call him Danny Any Trickerson.
Oh.
He would do all that shit. Manual up, manual down.
Damn.
Tricks in and out of manuals on quarters.
Mm.
What else was he really famous for? Like doing the same trick, but like switch foot or opposite.
Oh, dang.
Or switch foot and opposite.
No.
Like, oh, dude, he's wild. I'll send you in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll blow your mind.
He's not the guy that did the 360 to hang 5 over the spine.
No, it was Brian Val, probably.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know Brian Val did 360 to
Hang 5?
yeah.
Over a street
over
spine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably Brian Val.
Okay.
Danny Hickerson could do it, but it's typically pegless.
Okay, got it.
So I can't imagine him doing a hang 5, but he
Okay.
could probably do a hang nothing.
Jesus.
I'm telling you.
Call him up.
He can do whatever he wants.
But yeah, so got that done. Was hyped.
That was good.
You were messing around on the coping and coping spine, doing some like cool pedal overs and stuff that were sweet.
The skate park I grew up at had essentially a coping and coping spine, and I used to have just a bunch of goofball tricks on it, so it was cool to do those again.
Nice.
Yep, it was a good session.
And then I don't know. Then we just what else was there? A lot of scooter kids did end up coming. A good majority of them.
Wave of scooter kids.
Yeah,
That came
a
in.
good majority of them were pretty cool.
Yeah.
They were super nice, asking about the video and all that kind of stuff. Then there were the kids on the fold up Barbie ones.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to talk about your helmet?
Oh, jeez. Yeah. So it's one of those. It's one of those skate parks that's at a
Youth center
or a community center or something. So they got the rules and the this and the that, whatever. And I left my helmet in Ohio. I didn't think about asking you for one of your plethora of helmets.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. And so it's that classic, ugly, bright
Highlighter yellow.
Highlighter, yeah, helmet. And man, am I so glad that when you wear a helmet, you can't see it.
Oh.
What you're wearing, because I would have been like so embarrassed. I probably wouldn't have rode.
Do you want any of these clips to post on Instagram?
If there's some way you could go into the settings and just change any highlighter green to any other color,
I might be able to chroma key it.
That honestly be awesome, because it's just gonna hurt my feelings.
It would basically be kind of like a green screen, except I'll select that and I can
Make it anything you want. Like
make it jet fuel. With just Harry Main's face in it.
I mean, you could make it outer space kittens.
Yeah.
Kittens in outer space. Like, I don't care.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Just make it anything. Is that your butt?
Dude, yeah, it's like actually getting pretty bad.
We'll wrap it up. You can get off your butt.
Actually, that's
It's been a day.
dude, that fucking hurt.
The movie just now?
Yeah.
That's bad.
It's sore.
That sucks. Yeah. I think I want to ice my forearms again, because I
Yeah.
iced them on Friday night. Or I iced them last night. It really helped, so.
Yeah, it's a solid session. That video, so it's going to be 2 videos. We're going to have the dirt jump video, which hopefully will be out maybe Wednesday-ish, depending on my schedule. And then I'd hope to get Cape Coral video out Friday or Saturday, because I'd like to get it all out in 1 week and stuff. But we finished up at Cape Coral, said our goodbyes, our farewells, our tatas.
Yep.
And then now it's like an hour and 50-minute drive, and we were starving at this point. And we're on like this desolate 2-lane road leaving Cape Coral. We were on the Tamiami Trail. We're passing by it. Yeah, if you don't know, the Tamiami Trail is Tampa to Miami, which is sweet.
Brilliant name.
Matt Copeland told me that, and I was mind blown.
Of course he did.
But we were driving, and then all of a sudden I just see this food truck, and it's late. It's pitch black out, and there's people there. And I was like, dude, I just had a gut feeling. Went there, and dude, best Mexican food I've ever
I
had.
had a lot of Mexican food. Tons. All over the country.
Yeah.
And that was maybe the best one I've ever had.
Yeah, I mean, super cheap. I think it was like 3 soft tacos and a Coke for like $10.
I got 2 chorizo quesadillas. Full blown, really good, like fresh made chorizo.
Yeah.
Not like in a pot heating up. They literally saw them pull out the meat and grind it and then make it.
Yeah.
$10 for 2.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, and I mean,
You can't get a quesadilla for $5 from Taco Bell.
no, not even.
You know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna get a fresh made one. This place.
And I mean, even the tortillas. Like, I'm
I
not.
don't even think it had a name.
No,
I didn't see a name. It was just a menu.
Yeah. And
Incredible.
they had their picnic benches and stuff. And I don't normally like corn tortillas.
Yeah.
But these tortillas
Yeah.
were phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, freshly made, still hot, kind of doughy.
Yeah.
Oh, I had two.
You can see them making everything fresh.
Yeah. I mean, they were in there, sweetest people ever. And then they had these big pitchers full of, like, it was like a yellow one, a red one, and then a white one.
Slushy, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, I was curious of what that was. And it was pineapple juice, watermelon juice, and probably coconut.
Yeah, I think coconut was the other one.
And Eric goes up and he's like, does this have alcohol in it? Because
No English.
No English.
Yeah, and I was real nervous because I wanted to drink it.
Yeah.
I'm straight edge, so I don't drink alcohol.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I can't even take a sip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was nervous, and then I eventually got out of where there wasn't alcohol.
Yeah.
I gave it a good couple sniffs,
And dude, it was so so refreshing. I was hydrated
I
immediately.
was really drunk.
What?
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
I'm shithouse.
I said there was alcohol the whole time.
But
It was fantastic.
I mean, that was like
it was a good sign when we got there. We were the only white people.
Yeah.
Because if all it was like a lot of Mexican like migrant workers and stuff. Like if they're all eating it, you know it's good.
Yeah.
And it got there and it was even better than I thought it was going to be.
Well, it was so authentic that they said the numbers, like your order number, in Spanish. So
They speak no English.
yeah. And so I mean, we were at the counter
We
like
were 17 and 8 or 18 and 19.
yeah, 18 and 19.
They're yelling the numbers and I'm like,
And we were like, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. And then this
I get to 8.
the nicest guy next to us, he's like, you guys 19 and 18? And we were like, yeah. And he's like, your food's ready.
God.
And dude,
He was wearing Tampa Bay stuff.
oh, he must have been sad.
I know, and I wanted to be like, hey man, how about, you know what I mean? I wanted to get started, but he was so nice about the numbers that I felt like, what if he thinks I'm trying to shit talk, which I totally was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just want to talk some football.
And plus, he could definitely kick our asses.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I just let
Yeah.
me. Thanks for translating two basic numbers for us. Once you get past 10, it's like, I don't know.
Well, it's
I don't know.
uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez,
Yeah, that's all I got.
once, doce, trece, catorce, quince, quince, seis, quince, siete, quince, nueve. I don't know.
That's so made up, dude.
It probably is.
If my friend Jared's watching, I'm sorry, Jared. That's embarrassing.
I'm not even good at counting in English.
That's what Google's for.
But, I mean,
What number comes after 12 in English?
13.
You're right.
Yeah. But, I mean, honestly, such a solid day. I'm really excited for you guys to see these videos.
It was perfect.
I really want to actually put some good time, because a few videos ago when Brian, Maddie, and I rode Northport, I was really hyped on the editing of that. So I kind of want to keep that quality going, because I was stoked on that, kind of like the mini edit in the front, just to get the hype up and stuff, and then clips.
Yeah.
So really hyped.
Yeah, that did look cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's good.
With the music and stuff, like, I don't care that I'm getting demonetized with the music. If it's gonna make the video that much better, that's what I want to do. I mean, same with the Swamp Fest video. Yeah. All that music was copyrighted, so it wasn't monetized, but using stock music on that would have just done that video such an injustice. So that's how I feel kind of going forward. Sure. So stoked to get those out. I hope you guys are going to enjoy them. Thank you for tuning in for this episode of the Corked 5 podcast. If you want to follow myself on Instagram at @TheRealJRHobbs, follow Eric
X Brown.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Check out my clothing company, LYNBMX. Great stuff. Get yourself a gift for the holidays. And if you need any bike parts, again, check out timetoshinebmx.com. Link is down in the description. And if you want to help protect the African wildlife, go to vetpod.org. The link is down in the description. Doing great stuff. Donate, follow them, share their stuff on their stories. Anything will help, and it's huge. But again, hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for the videos later this week, and we'll see you later. Also,
I'll be back on the Zoom call for the next one.
I know. I'm so sad, dude. Move back here, man.
Nah, I hate Florida. Especially this whole ants thing from earlier. Sealed the deal. I'm never coming back here. Sorry.
On that note, we're gonna just do like a sad black and white outro starting now.